It was the year 1874. The President of the United States was Ulysses S. Grant. New York City annexed the Bronx. The Jesse James gang robbed a train in Missouri. And in Newburgh, New York, a small group of women with little money and a whole lot of faith opened the home for aged and infirm. Their mission was simple: provide outstanding health care to their friends and the community. The ramifications were huge. It started out as just 3 beds in a small cottage, and eventually became a hospital with 2 campuses, 1,000 caregivers, and over 325 physicians. In their first year, the Home for Aged and Infirm treated less than a dozen patients, a number that would eventually leap to over 250,000 per year. Along with that climb in numbers came many changes over the years, including the name, as it later became known as St. Luke's Cornwall Hospital. But from day one, the essence of their philosophy never changed: with you for life. As the needs of the community grew through the years, so did the quality of care. In their new locations, they added maternity, pediatric, and emergency wards. By 1923, there was a pathology laboratory, an X-ray department, and the pride of knowing that they were fortunate in being so well equipped. The 1930s bore witness to several events that would help shape the future of St. Luke's Hospital and its community. One of them was the day Dr. Ernest Stillman established Cornwall Hospital, following the death of a young patient who was denied emergency care at a nearby facility. He built it on the promise that patients will always come first, and that no longer will anyone in this community ever be discriminated against. And 7 decades later, when Cornwall Hospital merged with St. Luke's, the values that Dr. Stillman began were still at its core. During the years 1933 and 34, future spouses John and Ruth Smith drew their first breaths in the maternity ward at St. Luke's Hospital. They've been intertwined with the hospital and their community ever since.
Volunteering for various organizations in this community has always been a thing that I felt was very important to give back to the community. And consequently, of course, when you do good things for good people, it makes you feel pretty good about yourself that you were able to do these things.
My father he's just loved by everybody, but he was always an example to us growing up, and I think I always wanted to be like him.
If I look back at my dad in particular, I don't think he's somebody that's ever really tried to draw a lot of attention to himself, but I think he tries to do the right thing for a lot of people.
My dad has been on the board of the Cornwall Hospital, and he had an integral part in the merger of Cornwall and St. Luke's. So the hospital has really always been in our family in some way, shape, or form.
Service to her community has played no small part in the life of Ruth Smith as well.
Volunteering has got to be one of the most beautiful things you can do in your life. It is so meaningful to your community.
She loves to be out in the community. She loves to give to other people. She has a lot of empathy for people.
She tried so hard, she worked so hard, she did very well, so she was an inspiration.
He's kind of progressed to being, I guess, kind of taking on the community in a lot of ways.
I'm extremely proud that she has gotten together with me, and as a team we have provided this opportunity for volunteer work.
And just as the community has always played a vital role in our hospital has continued to play a vital role in the community, with a medical staff that includes the likes of Dr. Lisa Anthony. Among her many achievements was her ability to successfully guide the merger of 2 hospital laboratories under the one name, St. Luke's Cornwall Hospital.
Before 2002, the labs were independent, actually competing with each other before we merged. And so they were full-service labs at both campuses. Combining the staff, it had its challenges. The campuses were very different, but we were able to achieve that quite well.
Working with her the last 4 years, she's been a wonderful mentor, and she deserves all the accolades that she could get. I don't think there's any one thing that Dr. Anthony does that she does without her complete attention and complete care.
Although pathology may be an indirect patient care area, she had the best patient care attitude I've seen of any pathologist I've ever worked with.
She does go above and beyond. If a slide is not acceptable to her, she wants it done over. And she'll ask for that 10 times if she has to. And she just will not give up.
Although she's behind the scenes and many people don't really know of her, she's been looking at their slides and giving accurate diagnoses for all these years. And you can ask different pathologists and show them the same slide and they come up with different answers. So you need someone that you trust, and Dr. Anthony is that person for me.
I'm not sure that she realizes that what she does impacts almost every patient in the community. She is a shining example of continuous learning, continuous development, a continuous enhancement of the services.
She is by far one of the top pathologists that I have worked with in 25 years of my experience of oncology, hematology.
No truer words, with you for life, than when we think of the over 188 employees, along with Dr. Anthony, who have serviced the St. Luke's Hospital community for over 20 years. It's that kind of dedication that has led to so many outstanding achievements and awards, including being the only New York hospital to win the same award 5 years in a row for their performance of preventable complications during hospital stays. Or being recognized for the second straight year as an industry leader in using information technology to improve patient care. It's a list that goes on as the hospital evolves by adding new services to meet the needs of their community. Part of that evolution was recognizing that small community hospitals such as St. Luke's Cornwall can no longer stand alone. So began the journey to find a partner who would help them make a larger footprint in the community, a partner such as the Montefiore health system. Their expertise in developing advanced models of care management to help patients in cost-effective ways will go a long way towards improving health care in the Hudson Valley.
We believe that we can strengthen the hospital, but not just the hospital, strengthen the community.
They know how to manage the health of a population. They do it better than anyone else, and they do it efficiently, they do it with high quality, and they lower the cost of care.
The board and the leadership of the organization was compatible with our values, and I am certain that we're going to be able to work closely and effectively with the leadership of St. Luke's.
It is very evident to me, medical staff, the executive team, the board of trustees, all of us who have had dealings with the Montefiore healthcare system, is that they value us for the value we bring to the table.
St. Luke's Cornwall Hospital. They've come a long way. But then again, that's what happens when your philosophy is with you for life.